With V-Mart, Lalit Agarwal, who's the CMD of the business, joins in to talk about their aggressive expansion drive and what they have lined up for the future. Lalit, it's great to have you on the show. Thanks very much for taking out the time. Most consumer-facing businesses are going big on rural markets, and so are you. Talk to us about the strategy you're planning for expanding in smaller towns and villages and the potential you see there. Do you believe there's enough awareness and demand for online shopping in these areas where, we haven't quite seen internet penetration do the numbers that were expected? I know the scale is expanding, but it's not still at the pace required.
Yeah, good morning. You're absolutely right. The whole world is changing the rural economy, and then yes, there is a lot of potential in this rural or the Bharat that I call, which is inclusive of a very large part of towns and villages, and there is a huge amount of upsurge in the aspiration levels, upsurge in the demand, and the way they look, the way they want to wear, they want to live, they want to go to the college. So yeah, there is aspirational rise, and then that's what we are banking on. That's what we are trying to cash on. And what we have seen is, as you know, we have been speaking about it, that tier 4 towns are the towns which we have entered recently, and we have been seeing a good amount of response from these towns, and some of the towns are getting very good responses. Some of the towns still on the experimental mode, and we believe all these towns has a lot of potential. I was just traveling to parts of Odisha, Bengal, Jharkhand in the last week, and I realized that the boys and the women living in the small hut, mud huts, are really aspirational. The amount of the kind of lifestyle that I see with them, the kind of products that they wear, the kind of talks that they do, the kind of bags their child carry, and the kind of goggles they wear. It's something that's very different now that you are able to see, and that's all due to the penetration of the media and the penetration of enough information that they are getting. So I think that's what our strategy is, to penetrate more into tier 3 and tier 4 towns, and that's what we are planning to do, which we have been already aggressively doing, and now we believe, because a lot of the other players are also trying to chase us and draw similar lines and enter into similar markets. And I think there is a huge potentiality. We are seeing a lot of upsurge in their consumption level, and also newer customers coming into the organized fray, because they understand that they want the best of the fashion, the best of the trends, the best of the product at the good prices, and that can be only delivered by organized players, which are we, and which we are able to drive.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I guess those trends are very evident across the consumption theme. But tell us, overall, if we include the other markets as well, what's your retail expansion strategy going to be, and how is it that you're going to capture in on this aspirational Indian that you just talked about?
No, I think that's the only fact that we will, because now these customers, I understand you had also asked about the online space. So now these customers have enough information, and that's coming from online, whether it is be television online, or it is be a mobile online, or it is a desktop online. So a lot of information they're receiving, that's also giving them a view of the e-commerce space or the online players, and they do know what are they seeing, and some of them are, yes, obviously. A lot of people have the smartphone, they want to explore, they want to get into, but right now they don't dare to buy online. They don't want to spend and experiment online, because they, as I have already told you before also, these players would only buy 2 or 3 times in a year, because they have a very limited pocket size. Their income levels have not gone up too much, so they want to live better, they want to spend more, but right now the pocket size is limited. They would want to explore possibilities, but today because it's only few times that they buy, they don't want to experiment with their purchases, and that's the investment that they call, and that investment they don't want to do looking at a photograph or just a catalog. So they want to really come out, feel, maybe show that image to our store staff, that this is what I need, this is what is available, and do you have such kind of products? And that's what they talk about, and that's what I realized, that everyone is so well informed that the fashion that I'm able to see the malls in Gurgaon and malls in Noida selling is a fashion that they are demanding immediately in the smaller town, because that's the real need. And I think anyone who will be able to deliver them the product that they need and the prices that they need will be able to survive in that market, because that, whether it's online or it's an offline. And our strategy is very clear, that we want to be present wherever they are. We want to be opening the stores, the kind of stores that will make them excited, that will make them feel good, will give them the kind of range of product which is once again more fashionable, much more mind to market has to be much more lesser, wherein we are able to give them newer fashion very fast, and we are able to retain them more and increase their frequency in the store. And for doing that, we are also at the back end trying to understand that digitalization is something that is not going to go away, and we will have to include a digitalization opportunity also into our strategic front, and we are doing that. So we are trying to evolve a possibility of understanding what kind of digital initiatives should we take, whether the back end analytics or customer retention, or giving a digital experience in the store, or even giving them an online experience on the channels.
Okay, fair point. Tell me, so how is it that this trend at place and your expansion plans going to capture in on the numbers? Because as I understand, it was a 7% same-store sales growth that you clocked in the Q4. How, or rather, do you think you'll be able to better this performance significantly in the next quarter?
Yeah, so internally, yes, we have a strong internal goals and targets that we have laid out, and that's what we are working towards. We believe and we understand that there is huge potentiality in these markets, but yes, there are enough competition also walking up to us right now, and no doubt we will try to, and we will aspire to grow more than what we have grown in the past. The Q1 may not be as great as it was, because the Q1 in the last year had a very great base of 23% like-to-like growth. So that may be a little difficult, but otherwise, yes, we want to go all out, because we are seeing lot of money being spent by the political parties, lot of investments happening on the ground, infrastructure getting built, and so that should lead to a little more income to the customer base on the ground level, because there are challenges, and the inflation is low, so that will also leave some more money with them on the pocket to spend on their lifestyle. So we do expect a better same-store sales growth in this coming year.
Okay, and how much of this growth would come in through acquisitions and partnerships? What is the kind of timeline and cost that you've kind of assigned to that?
As of now, we don't have a very clear-cut understanding on any acquisition. We always say we are open to look at any of the assets which comes up. There are not too many assets, retail assets in India, so there is nothing that right now we are talking to. But yes, we always are open to understand. So there is nothing that on the ground, on the cards which we are playing on. So be rest assured, we'll be letting you know whenever there is something.
You're always very candid, Lalit. We are assured on that. Yeah. What about margin expansion? I mean, going forward, in lieu of the entire discussion that we've had, how are you able to defend profitability with footfalls increasing?
I think, we have been always clear that our vision is to create value and create value for the entire ecosystem and make them feel proud. So here we don't want to, because we understand the kind of customer segment that we cater to. These customer segment are earning between 200,000 rupees to 500,000 rupees per annum. So these people are at the lower income group in India. So we don't want to really give them a shock on the prices. We want to give them enough value in the similar prices. So we want to retain those customers, increase their volume, and bring more profit rather than bring more margin. So we don't want to really chase the margin percentage. We want to chase the absolute number of profitability by increasing the volume. That's what our approach would be. Last year was a great year for us. We had exceeded whatever we have thought of, and our margins were really good. So we would want to give back something more to the customer, and we would want to maybe remain at around 10 to 10.5% at the EBITDA level.